Students need grants, not loans. I'm sure this is from the a revelation by the federal government that the student loans will start they'll start disbursement of the student loans from January. Now, as you says, students do not need loans, I beg your pardon. They need grants. And the University of Ilorin branch of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, they urge the federal government to convert the student loan scheme to grants, saying it will be difficult for the beneficiaries to repay. And we talked about some of the conditions you need to meet before accessing the grant and how you would pay back the grant. Some, of course, conversations erupted from that conversation the last time we had it. But yes, let us know if you are of the same opinion. The ASU chairman branch chairman now, Dr. Alex Akamo, he was speaking at the presentation of scholarships to 4 exceptional students of the university at the weekend, and he said, we had a case of one of these scholarship beneficiaries who was contacted to come forward to receive the award and was struggling to get transport fare to the institution even after finishing school. To this end, we urge the federal government to make grants rather than loans available to students so that indigent students can have access to affordable education. If it were loans we gave them today, they are going to pay back. And how many people get jobs when they're done with school? How many people are able to fend for themselves when they're done with schools? Let us know what your thoughts are. And if you are of the same motion as the ASU State chairman, or you are of a very different perspective. Now we see that the Tinubu launches Zulum's 107 electric gas buses and cabs. We talked about this, or we read this in the news yesterday, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday in Maiduguri, Borno State, launched a fleet of 107 gas and electric powered buses as well as taxis in the second phase of Governor Babagana's Umara Zulum's Metro Transport Scheme. Now, the scheme aims to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy withdrawal. We see that happening yesterday, and I think it is a welcome development. Now, more reports on the 8 students that were kidnapped from Nassau State Universities. We hear that they have been freed. The 8 students of the Federal University of Lafia, Nassau State, that were kidnapped by some criminals have regained their freedom. And this was reported that the gunmen on the night of December 6th, which we talked about here, stormed the Gandu community and kidnapped some students of the institution who lived outside the campus. So yes, they have been released. Now we're happy about that as well. Now let's talk about what is trending in the political scene, where we see 27 lawmakers defect from the PDP to the APC. 27 Rivers lawmakers dumped the PDP for the APC. They were elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, announced their decision during Monday's plenary at the Rivers State Assembly complex that they were decamping, or they were moving from PDP to APC. Let us know what your thoughts are. And we see that the People's Democratic Party has also asked the Independent National Electoral Commission to declare the seats of 27 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly vacant following their defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. Now, the PDP said this in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Mr. Debo, in Abuja on Monday. And he said that by leaving PDP, on which platform they were elected, their seats had become vacant. Let me know what your thoughts are about this yet again. Now, we had in the news where the SDP governorship candidate says that he was not proceeding to court after losing the elections. Now, the governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in Kogi State during the off-cycle elections, who is Murtala Ajaka, he ordered the security agencies to arrest anyone protesting in his name, asserting that they were working to create confusion, because he was very clear about it, saying, I am not proceeding to the court. It will be a waste of my time. I am not going there. So in a video that was released, I think over the weekend, was on Friday night, Ajaka, who is now contesting to the outcome of the Kogi State governorship election in court, he is in court, alleged that those planning the protest in Lokoja and Abuja were agents of the ruling All Progressive Congress. Meanwhile, he has distanced himself from the purported planned protest by individuals claiming to be his supporters in Lokoja and Abuja as well. Ndume made a comment yesterday. Yes, he was talking about how we have witnessed 17 terror attacks in Nigeria. Now, he says no fewer than 17 terror attacks have been witnessed in Nigeria, and these attacks have left about 500 Nigerians dead. Now, he said this in an interview that that independent investigative panel should be constituted over the latest Kaduna State bombing, the terror attack in Igbabi local government area of Kaduna State. Now, in his words, we are tired of excuses and would continue to pursue justice for those affected during the unfortunate incident. And we see someone made a report. One of the victims, or one of the people, eyewitnesses who were there at the time, said, at some point they picked up body parts from trees. It's a bombing attack, so people's body parts were just all over the place, and it is even more traumatizing if you ask me. But he says, it should be looked into. And on that note, we see the president making pledges about not being satisfied until he ends insecurity in Nigeria. The president has made a pledge: I will not be satisfied until I end insecurity in Nigeria, because they